very much agree. Senator Klobuchar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Admiral, congratulations on your nomination, and I'm going to take you to some colder places, as Senator Cruz left off with that. The Port of Duluth, have you been there before?
Senator, I've not been to the Port of Duluth, but I look forward to visiting.
Excellent answer. It is, in fact, the largest port by tonnage on the Great Lakes, 35 million tons of cargo, one of the nation's top 20 ports. We're very proud of it. Over the years, we've put a lot of funding into making it multimodal, and there's all kinds of things shipped back and forth. And that Senator Baldwin and I, as a result of her work on the Great Lakes, have been really focused on the acquisition of a second Coast Guard Great Lakes Icebreaker to be used on the Great Lakes and the port. Do you have the resources you need, and can you talk about the importance of icebreakers?
Senator, thank you. The Great Lakes, as you know, is a critical system to our national economy and also our national security. And so the Coast Guard operates the Mackinac, which is the current Great Lakes icebreaker, and we need a second Great Lakes icebreaker. I want to thank the support of Congress in FY24 budget for appropriating $20 million to continue the pre-acquisition, the analyze and select phase for the next Great Lakes icebreaker. But we need an additional $35 million to complete that analyze and select phase and move toward that acquisition. I just released our FY26 unfunded priorities list, and that includes a request for that additional funding on the unfunded priorities list.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And we hope we can get this done. It's just so important for the future of the economy. One of these supply chain issues, I know you've worked on supply chains, and what are some of the biggest challenges the Coast Guard is facing when trying to manage shipping vessels when there is congestion, as opposed to the icebreaker issue?
Well, Senator, one of the biggest challenges that we face is we have to keep the commerce moving. And while we keep it moving, we also have to make sure that it is safe and secure through our entire marine transportation system. So that's our ports, our inland waterways as well, and of course the Great Lakes system. And so we also license U.S. mariners, which is critically important to make sure that our mariners have the training and capability to be able to operate what will be a growing U.S. fleet under the President's direction to restore America's maritime dominance. All of that falls under the Coast Guard's authority and responsibility.
Thank you. And you pledge to coordinate with our very friendly neighbor to the north, Canada, which is near and dear to my heart.
Senator, we do. The Coast Guard has a strong operational relationship with Canadian forces, whether it's Royal Canadian Mounted Police or Canadian Defense. And that's a strong working relationship across our northern border and into the Arctic. You know, yesterday I was with Secretary Noem at the Icebreaker Collaboration Effort meeting that she chaired with representatives of Canada and Finland. And she talked about the importance of our partnership with not only Canada, but also Finland. And so it's another example of that close working relationship, Senator.
Yes, Senator Murkowski and I are meeting with members of the Finnish Parliament today about just this same subject. So the Edmund Fitzgerald, we just recognized the 50th anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald, loss of 29 crew members transporting taconite from Minnesota's Iron Range, where my dad grew up. My grandpa was an iron ore miner. It wasn't just a very famous song that came out of that, but coming out of that was a Coast Guard investigation that led to major changes to Great Lakes shipping practices. You should know in freezing cold weather, 2,000 Minnesotans gathered outside on the North Shore just last week to recognize those that we lost, including some of their descendants, family members. In your testimony, you mentioned the Coast Guard's role in responding to crises that come without warning. Just to confirm that you will continue to prioritize that. We lost a Coast Guard station in Grand Marais. We have now worked with the tribe up there and gotten some funding to have a tribal Coast Guard, because if the Coast Guard comes from Duluth, it's such a long way up the North Shore. It's worth looking into what they've resorted to, but we do have some ships, some boats that can rescue people that the state and the tribe worked on together. But just in general, if you could look into that and how we're kind of band-aiding it together, and then also just a commitment to continue to prioritize safety.
Senator, if confirmed by the Senate, I look forward to working to prioritize safety and also certainly to visit Duluth.
Yeah, well, you will be a very famous celebrity to come to Duluth to see that port, only because we just love the Coast Guard up there. So thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Look forward to it.
And Admiral, I will say it's excellent instincts if any member of this committee asks you to visit their state. The only answer is absolutely yes. Senator Wicker.